All right, here we are, and we're live. Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Today is our wonderful day with Susan Lynn. Welcome. Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are.
Uh-oh.
Done. Sorry. I put up those, I gave some wrenches out. I left that up. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
Gone. Okay. Hi,
How is
Susan.
everybody?
Hi, Susan.
Hi,
Yes.
Allie. Good to see everybody.
It is good to see everybody. I was just talking with Susan before we started the show and countdown to her trip to NOLA with Jennifer and some other folks, and that's pretty exciting. So
Very exciting.
it is, yeah.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you guys.
It
Thanks for
is.
joining us today.
Yes, thank you all for joining us. Is right. I've got some questions. I've got some things that I want to go over. And first, I want to thank everybody for being so kind and responding. And I appreciate you so much. I really do. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, for the most part, I slept. So I'm feeling much better. Still, a little tired, but I'll be okay. And putting a dent in some of those papers when I'm awake to get those out of the way. So I'm glad to see you all. There's so many of you. I don't want anybody to think that that I'm ignoring anybody, but if I name everybody, we'd just be doing that, right? So I do have a request from Jenny Starfish. One of her very good friend's husbands, her friend Sandy's husband, David, had open heart surgery, and he needs some love and healing from the community. And also she asks if you wouldn't mind also keep him in your nightly thoughts and prayers as well. So I'd like to take a moment and send that love and light to David and to Sandy. And I hope that the energy that we send and the love that we give is helpful to him in regaining his health. I would also like to shout out to Kathleen Moore, who is one of our tarot readers, who has been in and out of the hospital this week. She doesn't know if it's gallbladder. She thought it was heart. And she's just gone through a lot. She lost her dog a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, no.
And she was also told to get out before January of her mobile home park. So
oh my gosh.
Yeah, very stressful for her. So I want to send her a lot of love as well. So thank you. You got it, Jenny. Thanks, dear. And then I pulled some cards this morning. I just felt like pulling a card for the day, because all of us are going through a lot of transitions. The energies of the planet and the astrological and all that stuff are kind of topsy-turvy for a lot. So what I pulled was from my wonderful cards that are called Peace and Unshakable Peace cards, which I really love. It says, when peace is your priority, negativity cannot exist. So I did a couple of looking at this, and it says we have the option to see the dark or the light in all situations. I kind of think of it too as the glass half empty or the glass half full, right? When peace is your priority, it lives in every moment, and we can choose love. When we choose love, we're in balance. The other thing I want to say is that this is the card. It's number is 32, which is a 5, which is freedom. So there you go. And I pulled another card out of another deck, and it said, we all need emotional balance. So that's your Sunday message from Spirit. There we go. All right. Susan, anything going on that you need to let people know about besides your NOLA trip?
No, I don't think so. Just want to send everybody some love and happiness. I feel like the energy is pretty hard right now. It feels very weird to me. Of course, we're all feeling it differently depending on various things, maybe even where you are in the world and or your astrological chart and planets. But Anyway, I think overall we're all sort of feeling a little off, maybe in some way.
Yeah. I think so. Holidays are up and down times anyway. And this is the second year that I won't say we were on lockdown, but now we got this Omicron thing. We don't really know for sure yet what that's going to be doing, although Delta still remains. I think I read yesterday, 86,000 people in the country are still in the hospital for COVID. So yeah, Lorraine, heavy energy is right. Heavy energy. Yes. Are you and Jen still doing your Thursday night show, or are you going to be on the road?
You are? We're going to
together
do it from New Orleans. We're going to do the Thursday night live from New Orleans.
Oh, that's really awesome. I can't wait to see that. Yeah.
I think we have all of the technical things figured out, but hopefully we will. So that'll be fun.
Oh, good. Okay. So everybody, you probably knew that from seeing her show Thursday night, but I just wanted to mention it in case you didn't. All right. So let me start with some questions. And what I need you to know is that we have two medium questions, I call it. And I'm going to do those first. And then I'll do the other questions that seem to be more psychic questions. So we'll do that. It helps if we keep everything together that way. So this one's from Ellen Maxwell. Her son passed away this past September. Was his death intentional or accidental? Also, where is his watch?
And also, I just want to say actually to Ellen, I don't know if you're in the chat, but my condolences, right? It's extraordinarily hard to lose a child. And to lose one around the holidays. I mean, this is September, but it's still so close. I'm so sorry for your loss, okay? And then the other thing I want to say is that these are very quick readings. I mean, literally very, very, very quick. I'm limited as to what I can pull in this fast. And I'm a little bit limited as to in some of these, look, if you're talking about your mom and your mom is a gregarious, happy, outgoing person, she's going to come in and sit down and just talk and talk and talk. But if you're talking about a son who maybe, have some feeling, may feel some kind of way, like they say, he may not be so talkative. And Ellen, I see you in the chat. When I go into his energy, I'm getting this weird thing that it was intentionally accidental. Right? So I think that it was accidental. I think he had an intention. I think he did have an intention. Right? But I don't think he thought it was going to happen. Does that make sense? I think he had an intention. He was thinking about it. It was on his mind. There is this kind of F it all kind of energy that he's showing me. Kind of, you know what I mean when I say F it all, just I give up kind of energy, like I give up, but not despondent, almost a little bit of anger in it too, just like F it all, that kind of thing. But I don't think that he really thought it was going to happen. That's kind of what I'm understanding. So it's not intentional and it's not accidental. It's a little bit of both. He loves you. He misses you. I mean, not misses, but he misses you because everything is different over there. I feel like he was a little bit surprised by the outcome. Again, I don't think he thought it was going to happen. I thought it was rash. He left a text. Yeah. I know he was thinking about it, but I don't think he thought it. I really don't think he thought it was going to happen. But it did. And I need to tell you this, that if you watch a lot of near-death experiences, you would know that if it wasn't his time to go, they would have turned him around and come back. I mean, there's many, many people that don't commit suicide, that get stopped and sent back. So Right, on a banana. I mean, it's weird. Intentionally accidental is weird, but that's what that's what I keep getting. So this was clearly a time for him that he could go. I see this. I see our exit points as having multiple exit points, right? If you think about a tree limb with branches that come off of it, there's not just one exit point. There's multiple exit points, and obviously this was one that he was allowed to take. As far as his watch goes, I feel like he's saying somebody has it. I'm seeing it. Is there an S name? You didn't tell me his name, so I don't know if his name starts with an S, but there's an S name he's also talking about. It sounds like Sam, but it could be any kind of S name because the pronunciation from Spirit, it gets garbled went through this process of communicating sometimes. Does the S name have to do with the watch? It doesn't have to do with the watch, but he wants to talk about somebody with an S name. I don't know if you know his friends or the family or what that is actually. Ellen, was his watch kind of chromy metal and big? I don't see it as an Apple Watch. I see it as something clunky. Let me know so that I make sure that I'm, clunky like the big male watches that they wear. But I'm not seeing an Apple Watch. I'm seeing something more substantial. Wow. He keeps telling me somebody has it. I can't figure out why or how. Like, I don't know if he left it in a car. He's showing me that it's loose on his wrist. You know what I mean? Which he liked. He was at his friend Justin's house when he passed. I'm so sorry, Ellen. I am so sorry. This is just terrible, and I'm terribly sorry for your loss. I really am.
Wow.
Does that make sense about the watch that it wasn't an app? I hear him talking about an Apple Watch, but I also see it was a gift. Okay. It was a gift from his wife. I wonder if he had two watches, an Apple Watch and a clunky watch. I don't know why. I'm kind of hearing both. So the watch might be the watch that's missing to him. What he's telling me is it has a clasp. You know what I mean? And the clasp would sometimes get knocked open, and the watch, and it had that kind of thing that, once it was open, it flipped off the wrist, right? Yeah. That's what I think somebody has it, Lorraine. Somebody could have taken it, not like stolen it, but been like, oh, well, yeah, I mean, they could have stolen it, but somebody has it. He's telling me it's
maybe it got lost in the mess at Justin's house, and maybe it was not intentionally left there. That's okay. Yes. I am.
Hasn't been able to go back to the house, so maybe it's at the house.
Oh,
I keep seeing a car, dear. I keep seeing a car. I see a car with car seat, leather seats, maybe even tan leather seats, and I see the watch maybe in between the seats or on the floorboard or fallen in between something. But somebody could have picked it up out of the car and taken it into the house. I'm just so sorry. I think, Ellen, I want to say that this young man has experienced this sort of bouts of depression for quite a while. This is something that he's been battling off and on, I want to say, since he was a teenager, to be honest with you. I don't know if you know that or not. Yes, Lorraine, I agree. I don't think whoever has the watch even understands what's going. I'm not sure that they understand.
It was malicious. Yeah.
Whose watch it is or where it, I just, I don't think it's stolen, honestly.
So I have a message from him, and I got it twice. That's the really crazy thing. So I think it's true. Now that he's on the other side, he wants you to know that oh my God, it's almost as though when you're here, you don't realize it, but this is like a great big theater, and we need to take time to surrender to play. Don't take everything so seriously. He doesn't want you to. He says I shouldn't have as well. Take a break from overthinking things. Do something fun. And then in the other card, I get playfulness. I get so surrender to play and playfulness. This one says, my joy is the greatest gift that I give to others. So I think, I'm just feeling as though he is playing now, whatever that means to him. And he realizes that the seriousness of life should be surrendered. We need to not take life so seriously all the time. We need the time to just enjoy it. So that's what I got. Thank you. But I send you a lot of love, Ellen. Both of us do, and sorry for your loss. I'm sorry for your daughter-in-law's loss as well. I don't know if he had any children, but anyway, this community feels very deeply for you. Before I move on, Gina says that Diane's tarot is in the hospital too. So,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, so let's send some love to Diane as well.
When did that happen? That's terrible. Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that.
I don't know, Gina. If you know anything more than this, let us know. But very strange, but people in the healing community, people that are metaphysical, we feel it too. We take on a lot. Yeah, we do.
This energy is kicking
brutal.
butt. If you're an empath,
yeah.
Find yourself a hobby. Go find your hobby or get a new hobby and check out. Or take some time to just sleep. Just check out.
Yep.
Too much.
Sleep and don't forget to play. Play is part of your self-care.
That's the hobby thing, right?
That's the hobby thing.
On a new hobby, even if it's getting a coloring book, one of those adult coloring books.
I talk about that all the time.
Watch Christmas movies that are silly. Check out. We cannot handle this energy.
No, we can't.
Cannot handle this energy. We need to check it out.
Yes, I never watch those Hallmark Christmas movies because they're so predictable and stupid, but I've been watching them all weekend.
I was going to put on one this morning. I had to go to the grocery store. I always put the TV on for my dog. And there was this holiday movie, and I said, I'm not going to let her watch that. I'm going to watch that myself. She's going to watch it. And I never watch that stuff, but I just realize, with everything going on, with the news going on, and
we just need something else to distract us. Yeah. It's so funny. And even Keith is watching them with me, and he left his computer at the office. And I said, oh my God, that has to be a first. He's on there all the time. So, get away from that, get away and go. Yeah. Anyway, I'd like to take a moment to wish Diane lots of energy and healing and help. Thank you, Gina, for bringing this to our attention.
Yes.
And we send her lots of love. I want to bring in the fact that there may be others we don't know about. Many of us, I'm sure, have loved ones or friends or other people in the community that aren't well, and I'd like to send out love to them too. Absolutely. All right. I'm going to go in here with a second medium question. It's for dear Patty Palmer. Patty got some good news. Patty got her house. She's so happy. I'm so happy for her.
Yay.
Moving in. Yeah. All right. She just wonders if there's any messages from the other side for her.
Patty Palmer. I'm getting a grandmother. I mean, I think you have other people over there, right? But again, you guys, the more outgoing people come first. Or if you were particularly close to this grandmother, she would come in very, very quickly. Or if she was assigned to you as a guide, this might be someone that you never even met, but she was assigned to you as a guide, as a baby. And she took that job very seriously. Sometimes our grandparents are assigned to us as guides. But I'm getting this grandmother energy coming in. You have a lot of people over there, Patty, who want to say hi to you. But I'm going to have to stick with the grandmother for a minute. I think you have somebody else over there you'd rather talk to, but I need to just stick with grandmother because it's going to take me a while to bring those other people forward. So the grandmother energy is telling you as somebody, they're showing me this. She could be also talking about now your mother or somebody else, but I'm seeing a rolling pin. I'm seeing rolling out dough. I'm seeing baking. I'm seeing red, seeing like cookies maybe, or something along those lines. And also Patty, I feel like you were named for somebody. They're telling me that you carry a name, or there's maybe it's your middle name. I'm not sure, but much love for you. There's a lot of love for you. I feel like I think you're a pretty upbeat person in general. Honestly, I think you tend to float above things. You don't sink down into the mud. You try to stay above it. But anyway, your grandmother loves you, and all those people over there, all of your family members over there love you. So I don't think you're in the chat, but I think that's what I have for you. What do you have there?
I have here, Patty, to surrender to your soul's path. Now that you've got yourself grounded in your home, or as you're finishing that you need to, it's been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. So embrace every moment and surrender. Take that hot bath. Take that, take that steamy shower. Spend some time in self-care. You've been worrying about this for a long time, and now it's here. So now's the time to relax.
Take a deep breath and relax. Yes.
Oh my goodness. Cluster Funk Christmas. Well, that's interesting.
That sounds about what I need to watch.
Oh dear. Oh. All right. We've got Suzanne Trench. I am retiring at the end of January, but I feel my work isn't done. Do my guides have any suggestions?
Hi, Sue-Ann. Thank you for your question. Sue-Ann, I don't know if you're in the chat, but I feel like your energy is one of busy. Like you don't maybe think of yourself as being someone who's always busy, because I know you do like to rest as well. But I think that you like to be a little bit busy. Right. I think that's probably why you're asking this question anyway. Like, I'm not done. What do I do next? But I got to tell you, the guides are saying you need to take a break. This isn't a time for you to jump from this long career of one thing to something else. They really, really, really want you to take a break. Okay, Sue-Ann. I feel like you wanted to do some traveling. Let me know if that's the case. But I see you traveling somewhere tropical. I see parrots. I see tropical parrots. So I feel like take some time off and maybe take that trip. Maybe that's the trip of a lifetime for you. I don't know. But I honestly think that when you go on this trip, whether this is April, whether, you wait till April or May or March, that something is going to click for you. Also, I see sea life. I'm seeing whales. Okay, you like to travel. When you take this trip, something's going to click for you. I could even honestly see you moving out of the country. I could see you moving to Costa Rica or some other place. Even if you think to yourself, I'm just going to do it for 2 or 3 years, right? Or 1 year, whatever. I feel like that might be something you really enjoy. I also see responsibilities pulling you back, you feeling like I need to stay here. But Spirit is like, not really. You really need to take this opportunity and fly while you have the opportunity to do it. As far as what else you're going to be called to do with your life, Spirit can tell us exactly what you want to know, obviously, but we don't act on it because we don't believe it. So it really needs to come organically. We need to experience something and change, experience something, change, experience something, change, experience. That's how we get on board. So Spirit, I knew something was grabbing you. Your mom is 95 and needs your help. Okay, so at least take a trip, like a 2-week or a 3-week trip. I'm telling you, if you do this, it's going to be life-changing because you're going to have the epiphany. Something is going to click. I just don't see you. I mean, even if you're there for a year or 2 more years, I don't see you there for long term. I don't see that. So anyway, I know Spirit has some other things in mind for you, but they really want you to sort of take a break.
So I have a question, Sue Ann. Are you single? So the reason I ask is I see true love coming your way, but it could be with your work that you might want to do or your epiphany that you have. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a person, but it will be true love and something that you really love doing. And usually when you retire, you're not looking for other work or you're looking for something part-time. And a lot of people start a whole new, different, way of doing something. Right. It says the how is in the now. The how is in the now. And so, don't worry about how it shows up. It will show up when it's supposed to show up. And the universe will take care of all the details. So, yeah, that's what I get. Good luck. Oh, you love working with children.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So maybe you'll find something that will bring you that joy. True love can be working with somebody or, just loving what you're doing.
A new passion. Yeah. A new passion of a new work-like passion.
Right. All righty. We have Courtney Cooper asking this. These are actually from two weeks ago. So I want to make sure we get them in. I'm wondering if my person is karmic or twin flame. I have a strong reason to believe that a past life of mine was Bridget Bishop, who was a woman who was killed in the Salem witch trials. I think my person might have been the guy in that life who turned her in. His name now is the same as his name back then. Wow. And again, that was Courtney Cooper.
Courtney, what's interesting is that so you left us to infer that you have this twin flame, soul flame, and it's with this guy that sort of turned you in and caused maybe that life to end. You left us to infer that there seems to be a little bit of a tension or stress between you in this relationship. Right? I mean, if your question is he the same person? I mean, I can answer that. I think he is the same person. And I can definitely see that you two have a lot to work out. But I need you to understand something. Spirit is saying it's not equal. What you have to work out is not equal. You've worked out a lot of your things. He needs to work out more than you do. You're becoming clear about who you are, what you want, what matters to you. Everything is becoming more clear. But for him, it feels like things are muddy. Like he's not quite sure. Maybe he can't quite accept it or understand it, Mm-hmm. So I think that might be what's going on there.
Wow. She said, that's really exciting. So I wonder if his soul recognizes that he was that person. No, not getting that. Okay. So that makes it really difficult.
That's the muddy.
That's the muddying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He feels like he's in a reactionary place. Like I'm
Right.
reacting all the time. And I feel like she's in this place where she can see globally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where it's more clear.
Oh, wow. So I get surrender to non-action, Courtney. Now's the time to be still, simply breathe and focus on your own power and let him come to you. So yeah, he's got to work this out actually, right? Right, Susan? He's got to work out this and then she will.
That makes sense. What she just said. I mean, they said you don't have the ball's in his court. The ball's in his court.
But he isn't enlightened and he may never want to be either because that's dark stuff as well. Who wants to know about that?
It's
that
hard.
They did something that's very difficult. And I'm wondering if there might also be the idea that, there's a guilt trip there. Doesn't know why, doesn't know, because he doesn't know, but he might have a guilt trip about what he did with her, that he turned her in. Yeah. Wow. Right. Thank you, Carla B. Thank you very much. Wow. Well, that certainly was an interesting one.
Yes, very interesting.
Uh-huh. All right. Let me see. Just thank you so much. Appreciate you. All right. Whoops. Why is this not? Well, it's not copying. Sorry. Kathy D, actually, I'm going to put it up, but she wants to know, is it safe to use a pendulum and do they work? That's what she wants to know.
Yes, they work.
Yes.
They work. I have so many pendulums, and for some reason, this is the one that, I have this one, which is really pretty, that I want to use, right?
Right.
But it doesn't really exactly fit my energy. But this one that I actually broke the end off of actually works really well for me. So you'll find something.
Is that Suzulite, Susan?
This little one down, I don't know what that is. That's a good question. I don't know.
Okay, not Suzulite. It's black. It's maybe black. Obsidian. Obsidian. Okay.
You're gonna find what feels good to you. You could use a necklace. You can use anything for a pendulum. You can tell it. People always ask, but you can tell it that this way is no. Toward away from you is yes, like your head, like back and forth is yes. This way is no. And it's amazing because even when it's turning this way, if you ask it a different question, you'll see it stop and then you'll see it move the other direction. And you're not doing that. You just need to make sure that you're connected in all times. You need to be protecting yourself, right? You need to get yourself protected with white light, or gold light or blue light or whatever works for you, right? Call in Archangel Michael if you want to. Archangel Michael is a free agent. He's not only available to certain religions. He works for everybody, and he is the archangel that is armed. He has a weapon. He is here to protect us. So you can call in anybody, Mother Mary, Jesus, Archangel Michael, Metatron, anybody you want to protect you.
Yeah. And as Susan said, you can use various things in order to do it. My only other suggestion would be to spend some time with your pendulum, hold it for a while. You probably want to hold it in your left hand because that's your spiritual side. Get your energy with it and then ask it, tell it that you would like to work with it and ask it to tell you what means yes and what means no, because it might be back and forth for you is different than back and forth for Susan, or around is different as well. It's up to you. But I think the fear that you're asking, in other words, do they work or is it safe? The only thing I think that's unsafe in my estimation is the Ouija board. And that's only because I think it invites in some of the darker energies. But I'm not saying some people use it and they don't have any problems. So,
well, you gotta, I'm going to tell you this, guys. I'm going to say this until the cows come home. If you open your front door and you leave it wide open all the time, anybody's going to come into your house. Some of them are going to be like, hey, I love your house. You're a really cool person. And some of them are not going to want in there. So with anything you open, you close. It's a Ouija board. You open. Who are you calling? You want to call somebody to help you. I'm calling in Archangel Michael. I'm calling in someone to help me. I'm not just saying, who's here? That's what we do with Ouija boards. Tell me who's here. Really? That's what you don't want to do, in my opinion.
Right. Absolutely. And yes, it probably is, it's fragile like glass. Lepidolite is fragile as well. But you know what? If it still works for you, then it's got your energy in it and it wants you to use it.
I thought it wouldn't work, but it works great. It's like it doesn't care. It likes me for some reason. Like I said, I have prettier ones that I want to use, but that one just wants to work with me.
Wants to work with you. Yeah. Yeah. That was a great question for all people to hear, actually.
Barbara has round and round, whatever you want it to be. You know, sometimes you would just say, show me yes. You know, like with my dowsing rods, I would just say, show me yes, show me no, right? So sometimes you can do that too, or you can tell it what you want.
Absolutely. Yep. Thank you. That was a great question for everybody. All right, we have Roberto Lara, who is in here every once in a while. He hopes we're doing well. And last time he asked a question, you told him, or we told him, or whatever, that he had a gift. He wants to know what it is.
Roberto, good to see you, dear. I don't know if you're in the chat or not today, but it's good to see you. I think that you have a lot of healing energy, Roberto. I mean, I think in past lives, for sure, you were a healer. You've had many, many lives as a healer. But I feel like in this life, you actually have clairvoyance. I feel like you see things. And I feel like this is not going to be a surprise to you. I think that you've seen things or you've had premonitions or dreams. I mean, this is not a surprise to you. So yeah, I think one of your gifts is clairvoyance. I think you also have, I think you have quite a few psychic gifts, dear.
Yep.
But they scare you. I mean, I don't blame you. Mine scared me too. That's why I put them on the shelf for so many years. They scare. Your gifts are called aliens, Susan, next week.
Miss Charlotte.
You know, we all have intuition. All of us have intuition, right? But for you, Roberto, they're really showing me, they're saying seer. So you see things. Don't let it scare you. Try to just get used to it or accept it on some level. And the more you work with it, the more they'll work with you.
Wow. Absolutely, Roberto. It says the essence. Your essence is joy. Your essence is open to, and as Susan said, I think we've all started to open and gone, oh my God, do I really want to know? You know, because you are being asked to accept whatever gift it is that you have, and that with that comes great responsibility. So here it says you're having a great awakening, walk in your truth and stand firm in your light. Don't allow it to frighten you. And you do know you have all of us in this community that are supportive of you and are here to help you in any way we can. Yeah. Very good.
That's a beautiful line. Stand firm in your light. I feel like we can all use that, you know, and tell ourselves that I'm going to stand firm in my light.
That's right.
I think that's beautiful.
It is beautiful. These cards are wonderful. They just came out last week. Oh. And so I used them one day. I did some readings, but they're called the Unshakable Inner Peace cards.
Oh, nice.
And I resonated just to the name of them. Yeah. Because I've always asked for inner peace. That's what we all need. Once you have inner peace, you can love, you can work, you can do anything. It's just finding that peace in whatever part you have that matters. So yes, stand firm in your light. All right, Miss Charlotte, it's a pretty long one. So she wants to know if Spirit sees a difference between us feeling like a victim or being a victim versus us feeling like a target or being a target. Whether people complain about us, our blue eyes, our jobs, our culture, our salary, People do what they do, but our perception of ourselves changes depending on the amount of repetition. It's specific. This is fabulous. I agree with this so much. Yep. Yep.
So what they're talking to me about is that this is might be a little bit. It's a little bit deep, but Roberto, you're here. It's a little bit deep, but it's also a little bit harsh. So their point is that a victim and a target is the same thing. They're saying you make yourself a victim, you make yourself a target. People walk around all the time and they never, ever have these types of things happen to them. Why is that? Why are they never a target? And why are you a target? Yeah. Right? Why do bad things? I mean, and I'm one of those people that things happen to. So I get what you're saying. But what is different about those people that walk around and nothing seems to ever happen to them?
Yep.
What makes them different than us? Well, part of it is now part of it is our past lives. We've brought with us these lessons that we have to learn. Like the person that was earlier talking about the person they're involved with being in a past life. And here they are in this life struggling with each other, right? Mm-hmm. It's kind of a law of attraction thing. It really is. Mm-hmm. If you think you're a target, you're going to be a target. And if you think you're a victim, you're going to be a victim. What spirit thinks of that is they love us unconditionally. What they think is that, oh, Susan chose to learn this lesson. Okay. Let us help her learn this lesson. Let us see what Susan does with this lesson. It's almost like a parent that's watching a toddler start to walk, and then you can't hold them the whole time. Sooner or later, they got to fall down. You know, sooner or later, they're going to get a skin knee. You know, so our guides have this interest in us that's very parental, but also very hands off, right? And so that hopefully that all makes sense. I don't know if it does. But.
No, it does. The idea of somebody telling us though over and over, you know, you're a jerk or you don't treat people, whatever it is that repetition is, was an interesting part of what she said. And I agree with that. It's like we start to believe it ourselves because everybody's saying it. But the cards say surrender fear. It's fear that we might be that thing that everybody calls us. So let go of the fearful stories you're telling yourself and stay in the moment and focus on solutions and celebrate any baby step forward is really good advice. But I've been there. I've heard this. I know, Karen Conroy, I'm sick of the lessons too. What is it? AFGE, another effing growth experience, you know? Yeah.
Well, and some of that comes from your parents, right? If someone is, you know, you've heard that from your parents and they heard it from their parents. And so you have to break the cycle, right? Right. But that's what we talked about earlier about looking at your shadow side. You know, Allie's done videos on your shadow side. If you look at it, you break the cycle. Mm-hmm. You know, you just because someone is saying that stuff about you doesn't mean it's true. And you have to just say it's not true and walk away.
Wow. Absolutely. Thank you for the question, Miss Charlotte. Always a pleasure. All right. Tracy Godkin wonders what kind of advice her guides might have for her for what she can get her to kick her butt, her motivation butt.
What they're showing me is you're a little bit like me. I need a lot of space to be creative, and being creative also means starting a new job, starting a new project. It doesn't necessarily mean painting a picture. It could mean working on your backyard. It could be anything, right? But we need a lot of space. Now, what does that mean? We need space away from all of those requirements. You know, this person needs me to do this. This person needs me to do that. I need to do this. Our brain is all our abilities, our creativity is being used to help other people. Yeah. So if you can't get this done, that means that your whatever resources you have whatever that is in your brain, those resources are going to somebody else. And at the end of the day, you don't have those resources for yourself to do the creative thing. Now, if you say, I don't do anything and I'm bored and I'm depressed and I just don't do anything, the resources are still going out. You're still not happy. If you're sitting at home all day and doing nothing and you feel like you're not helping anybody, you're still depressed. Why are you depressed? Why are you unhappy? There's still something that's stopping you from using those resources.
Yes, Lorraine, I agree. You came to the right place. Just do it. Surrender any unhealthy relationships that you have and unavailable or toxic people that might be holding you back. You deserve to be treasured by others and to be surrounded by positive people. I have a dear friend who has a lot of ADHD issues, and she wants to start working on something, but she's a perfectionist and she doesn't get too far, or she'll get to the very end and then she'll screw up in that last thing to make it better. She screws it up and then kicks herself in the butt. So I think sometimes we just have to say life is imperfect. Nothing is perfect, and we just have to let it go and not wait for something to be.
And start small too.
Yeah.
Don't tackle the whole big thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. This is from, let's see, Deborah Clark. She's going to be taking care of a veterans therapy cat for 6 weeks while her human is in the hospital, and has explained to her cats, ooh, where did it go? I'm sorry. Sammy and Thor, that she's coming and for how long, and asked them to be welcoming and kind. And I told her in this, I wrote her back right away and said, you did the right thing. You have to tell them what's going on. Absolutely. Did they understand? Are they cool with it? I'm hoping to avoid a lot of cat drama, and she's coming tomorrow. So
I feel like everything's going to be fine. I feel like the cat that's coming to you is more social than your cats. And I think the cat that's coming to you is going to be maybe even a little bit more needy and social and spend more time with you. And I feel like your cats are going to hide. I feel like your cats are going to be like, yeah, we don't, that's weird. That's a weird cat. We don't like the smell. I feel like it's going to be okay. Basically, yes, but I feel like the cat's coming to you is going to be needy, a little bit needier than your cats.
Right. And again, I my first thought when I wrote you back right there on the thread, because I just thought, oh, you did the very best thing you could have ever done, and didn't just bring this cat in without saying what's going on. I know it sounds really stupid to those of people listening, let's say. Like, I'll tell my cats, okay, I got to go to the grocery store, so I'm going to be gone about an hour, and then, and they just look at me like I'm crazy. But I really do think it gives them a little bit of information that they need. So anyway, I think it's awesome.
Yes. Good luck
with that. Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that. All right, so we got Buffy. Used to have a recurring dream as a little girl. I was on the beach. I stood on a small plank where the current would take me out to sea. Wow. My family stood on the beach and waved. What does Spirit want to say about that?
Dear, what I'm getting is that you, I don't know if you're in the chat, but I feel like you're a little bit different than your family, right? Like, I think that you go left and they go right. I feel like you're the one that's just a little bit the different one in the family. Number one. Number two, it's a continuance of the differentness, but I feel like you probably moved away, or you were a little bit more independent, right? But I also feel like this has to do with your soul family. I feel like this is a little bit deeper as well, in that I feel like you may be visiting this family. We have soul families that we travel with that are up there. And then when we come down here, sometimes we participate in a different family to give that family a lesson or to participate in some way. So I feel like this there's either this, it feels deep. It feels like past lives or soul family. Is that what you're getting as well, Allie?
I am. And the fact that she's on this plank and then she just goes out to sea and looks back and her family's waving. It's like, we know you're not the same as we are. So you just go and travel and and of course, water represents spirit and the deep unconscious. So I feel like it's I got goosebumps. I got really big goosebumps. I think it's wonderful. Yeah. Yep, I agree with you 100%. And it says here, turn your worry into wonder and surrender to the experience.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So just go with it. Go with the flow, as they say. And, the ocean has that back and forth with the tide. Very nice. Well, I hope that helps you. Let's see. We're doing well this week. All right, let's see. Not that we don't do well every week, but all right. All right. Auntie Di recently was called by a company interested in interviewing. She quit the last job. It was sucking the life out of me, and now I'm taking time to rest. Is this an opportunity I shouldn't let pass by, or should I wait and continue healing? Oh, she's seeing a lot of orbs. Okay.
I'm really getting that you should heal. That you should take some time to heal. I feel like the universe is testing you by giving you a job. It's like they're dangling this job in front of you and saying, do you want it? You know what I mean? Like, have you learned your lesson that you need to heal or not? If you take the job, you didn't learn your lesson. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It seems like a test to me. Lorraine says, take it. It's a great opportunity. I feel like the opposite for you, dear. I feel like, I do get what Lorraine is saying. I do. Mm-hmm. Energetically, yeah, it's a great opportunity. But for your soul, I'm not sure. I think you need a break personally. I really do.
It might be enough for her to take a break, and do it the first of the year. Tell them, she's out of the loop for a little while. I don't know if that's long.
It feels like a test to me. It feels like a test. That's that test energy. I think that if you're the kind of person that a company is calling you out of the blue to come work for them, I think that you can go to work for any company you want. If you waited till March or you waited till May.
True.
I mean, I think they're showing you that you might have the upper hand here. But I think you need some more time to rest. I'm not sure what's going on there. The orbs that I'm getting for you. They seem like a crossed over relative to me.
I was getting that they were little messages in, like when you see a cartoon and there's a little thing here and
the bubble.
Yeah, the bubble. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that's a crossed over relative, dear. Okay. I'm not sure who it is. I'm not sure if it's. Several people came in. A woman came in and then a man came in. So I'm not sure, but you have people visiting you. That's also waking up, I think, a little bit for you.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I also got surrender your need to always be right. And it's the what ifs. Oh, what if I don't do it and I should have done it? And what if I do it and it's too early? And what if? Surrender the what ifs. Yeah. Let your intuition guide you.
My chance. What if I miss my chance? Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yep.
But I think you will get busy around spring. I think you might go work around spring, but right now I think they're just telling you to take a break.
Take a break. Yep.
That's what I get.
Yep. All right. Sounds like a winner. Let's see. Oh, I did it again. I copied the wrong one. Hold on. I hate that when that happens.
It's all good.
Okay. All right. This is a question about a pendulum too, but it's a very interesting one from Chris Martin. She wants to know what ifs. What would you do if you remote viewed and saw something bad coming? Your guides and pendulums back it up.
Hi, Chris. Well, first of all, this is welcome to my world.
Yeah.
Welcome to all of our worlds. You know what I mean? Okay, I do want to say that they're talking something that nobody ever talks about, and I need to talk about it more often because it really happens. If you can see something coming, you know, if you have that ability and then you're double checking it, you also have the ability to potentially see other lifetimes. So what if sometimes you're seeing something bad happen and it's on a different timeline? I mean, literally, not our timeline, a separate timeline. So you also have to ask when you do this work, is this happening in my timeline? Okay. And then you can also ask, is there free will involved, right? Some things they tell me it is written, like this is a contract, it's going to happen whether you want it to or not. But you can ask, is there free will involved? That's like sometimes when your pendulum won't say yes or no, and it's just spinning in circles or whatever. That means there's free will. The energy is in flux. So what do you do if you see something bad happening and all those things are yes, yes, and yes? Pray. What can you do? You can't do anything. This is why empaths are laid out on the floor right now, right? We all see kind of unsettled, maybe hard energy coming in 2022. And where you need a break, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of seeing it. Well, that's when this is really good advice. They're just what they're telling me. You can't do anything, Chris. I can't do anything. I literally cannot do anything. So instead of letting it just demoralize you and demotivate you, you say a prayer. You know that by joining all of us and sending up beautiful white light, that could affect the outcome. It really can. Number one. And number two, after you do that, you have to let it go. You have to let it go. It's like a sponge with ink. We're an empath. We're sponges. Sponge goes into ink. It's full of inky stuff. And that's going to make you sick. So you need to squeeze it out, clean it out. How do you do that? You go outside, you get nature, you get a hobby, you watch Hallmark Channel. We are talking about this. That's cleaning out your sponge. Let it go. Let it go.
Yep. Surrender your obsessive thinking.
There it is.
Exactly what she said. I have to tell you that the first thing that came to my mind is that I saw a clip from Brianna Keeler, who was a CNN broadcaster. And she was talking about what happened in Michigan with the shooting and all that. Is it Michigan, right? Yeah. And she said, I'm so sick of doing these kinds of reports. So, even though she may not be a psychic or know what's coming, she's living it over and over and over. Yeah, always over again.
And she has to stay in it. See, that's the sadness for her. She's reporting negativity every day.
Every day.
Voice. We can turn it off. We can turn on Hallmark. We can turn on Christmas music. We can go rearrange our closets. We can go for a walk. We can take our dogs for a walk. We can take a trip, a car ride, drive an hour out of town and go eat at some crazy place you've never even been to before.
That's right. Just
get out of your
shake
house.
It up. Do something else. Yeah. Wildflower, you probably weren't here when we were talking about Hallmark Channel. Both Susan and I are not Hallmark Channel watchers at all. But everybody's been noticing that we need just to have some happy lives. We just need to look at something that's inane, let's put it that way. So that's why we mention it. It's no other reason. They're not the best movies in the world, but they do take you away from stuff for a little time.
So bad, right?
Just a little bit. But
go get a massage, go get your pedicure, your manicure, get Reiki done, get reflexology done. Self-care.
Yep. Whatever way that it works. Yeah. And I'm not picking on you, Wildflower Wind, at all. But I wanted you to know the context.
You had to be here in the beginning, because in the very beginning we were like, "Oh my God, this energy is killing us."
I know, and people are saying, "Oh yeah, I'm going to watch the Hallmark Channel," and we're laughing because it's not our purview.
It's not. It's not. And I just need, but I need that time. I need to make believe land. I need to be, I used to read books for that, right? We used to read books.
Books. Yep.
Now we just watch these 1-minute videos or whatever. And, whatever it is. You really have to save yourself, people. Save yourself.
Yeah. Save yourself in any way possible. Get a coloring book, whatever it is. Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
I started listening to music I listened to in a really happy time in my life. I just turned it on the other day and I was like, oh my God, that turned my whole,
attitude
around.
Yeah. Yep. Because you're remembering where you were then and it was a happier time. So I agree. Yeah. Okay, stone marble. I have asked my spirit guides to help me hear them and understand them. Am I making any progress? Well, are you?
I know. You should know if you're making progress.
You should know, stone marble. Are you hearing them? Yeah.
I think what you're asking me is, like we're used to taking classes and our teacher saying, okay, you're getting a C, you're getting a B, you're getting an A. I think you're asking, I think you think you're making progress, but what do they think? Right? I think that might be what you're asking. Okay, you say you're really trying.
That's trying too hard, maybe. You got to be careful with that. Too.
When you say the words really trying, that's a dead giveaway. Spirit comes gently, lightly.
Like a butterfly on your shoulder. Yes.
Very light. It's not, if you're trying, you're overshooting it.
Yeah.
Right? It's much a finesse. And that's the problem. I think that's the problem we don't understand. Spirit is sort of like when you're sitting on the porch, or if you're even sitting inside your house and you're staring out a window, you're staring outside and you're just dazed. You're not paying, you're just literally off 1,000 miles. That's spirit. It's not trying. It's very light, very gentle.
Very light and very gentle is right. And I get surrender to your passion. In other words, get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on activities that ignite your passion, and then it will flow. So maybe beat a drum for a while, listen to a meditation for a while, read a book about spirituality for a little while, something like that. Yeah. Yep. Wow.
And use the cards here. Are you using the cards and writing down what you get?
Yeah, you need to do
If you'll do that, she's looking for something very concrete.
Yep. And there isn't anything concrete. But the cards,
and you write it down for 2 weeks, there's going to be a concrete message in there, one you cannot deny.
Yep. I agree.
You cannot deny that they are communicating to you.
Right. They're wonderful that way.
That might be helpful for you, dear. Otherwise, it's hard to get concrete stuff. Okay, you completed the 30 days, but you don't feel like you're getting a message, Stone Marble? You didn't feel like you were getting a whole story about your life?
Yeah. Go back and read it. Go back and read the story.
Don't underestimate that. That's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
And don't you have a sister that's here as well?
Stacy.
Read other people. If you need validation, you're not going to get it from yourself. It's really hard to read ourselves.
Yeah.
Really, really hard. Read other people if you need validation. That will also give you validation that you're communicating. Yep. Okay, sorry. What does the future hold for my 18-year-old grandson, Liam? Okay, he's diagnosed autistic and ADHD when he was very young. What Spirit is telling me is that and I don't know, Jenny, I'm not saying that you do this. This is just what they're telling me. That sometimes we get caught up in levels and labels. Like this person must finish high school and they must get a job and they must provide for themselves. And that would be good because then they would be supportive, right? And to be honest with you, what Spirit is saying, and I think this is really deep message for all of us, to be honest with you, it's really all that matters is that we're joyful.
Joyful. Yeah.
playful, joyful,
Yeah.
creating, living in the moment. That's all we really have is this moment right here. Tomorrow's not promised. And so what are we going to do right now to lift our spirits and raise our vibration? So when you ask me the future of him, I am getting some kind of mechanical ability. I don't know if it's, I just got to tell you, I don't see like this great big career for him. I just see day-to-day kind of happiness, just chilling out. But I think that he's going to be happy with, focus at what he's good at. Exactly. And I feel like he's going to be happy with his level, even if it doesn't feel like it matches other people's levels, like maybe his parents or something.
Lorraine thinks there'll be resources available. I remember watching a show. No, it was an advertisement, but it was like an infomercial sort of thing. And it was about a woman whose autistic son loved to take a bath when he was younger. So what they did was they opened a business where he made bath salts and they worked together. And he's happy, she's happy. It doesn't have to be huge. It can be just.
It doesn't have to be huge. This is what I'm saying. They're showing me you make enough money to pay the bills and that's it. You know what I mean? Like it's not like this big deal. It's a very simple lifestyle that I see.
Wildflower, maybe, you mentioned that your son is also autistic. That's why she's saying her son doesn't want to work. Maybe he's not found yet what he is good at and is comfortable with. I don't know. Yeah.
These kids, when they look at what's available to work, it's fast food. It's service. They're all service jobs. And if you have autism, the last thing you want to do is be around crappy people that are in your personal space all the time. That's right. I think that really you have to really look outside of that. So what are the things that your son, what I always do is say, break it down. If this person, whether they're autistic or not, doesn't matter. If they don't like dealing with people, then you need to look for a job that doesn't deal with people.
Right.
Break it down very, very simply. And if that means that he has a job, even picking up trash on the side of the road, as long as he's making a little money and he's happy doing that, then I'm not going to judge that. That's the message here, is allow people to do what makes them happy. If that makes sense.
Wonderful. Zaida said she was just talking with her son about that, and he answered what you said.
If you don't, so look, this is what I'm saying. If you break it down, like I worked in a corporation for literally about 2 years, and I thought I was going to jump out of the window. It was meetings about having meetings. And I remember telling them, when you guys decide what needs to get done, let me know and I will get it done. But I can't sit here and talk about getting something done. Right.
Yes.
I'm not good in fluorescent lighting. This is not me. Yes. So, what is it that your son, could they work at an animal shelter? Do they love animals? Right.
Yeah.
Could they put car stereos in cars? Right. What is it that they could do that wouldn't be an interface with a person? If that is bad, if that doesn't work for them, right?
Yep.
There's lots of stuff to do out there, but you just have to kind of strip it down to what they want, and
what
then apply those things to a job.
That's right. Yep. All right. Well, we hope the best for Liam and the others in the chat.
Absolutely.
And they find their purpose. And yes, they do have gifts that are otherworldly, really. I think they will blossom in right time.
Yeah. Carpentry is a great thing. Electrician, carpentry, plumbing. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you just want to put stuff together and be left alone. Okay. That's a great job. Go do that.
Yep. Okay, we have 3 left. This is one of them. Jane B. had uterine biopsies that were all negative, but dealing with infection, now on 4th antibiotic. She's 69, postmenopausal. Why is this happening? Maybe from a prior life. Would going to the Akashic records help?
Okay, uterine biopsies all negative, but dealing with infection. Fourth antibiotic. I first need to tell you I'm not a doctor and I can't give out medical advice.
Mhm. Yeah.
But the second thing I'm going to tell you is really weird. I don't understand what yeast could have to do with anything. But apparently your diet is not helping the antibiotics. Could your diet impact antibiotics efficacy? I don't know. Somebody in chat may be able to know that. But I feel like you have a yeast problem. And I know that's inside our body as well as outside of our body.
Yeah.
I feel like you really need to do something radical with your diet, like maybe even go on a cleanse or something. It's like the chemistry inside your body is not normal. It's out of balance.
There is a yeast diet, or there is a yeast solution book, I know. And a lot of that is carbs, I believe. So, but
Yeah,
I'm not a doctor
carbs.
either.
Yeah,
I'm not.
it's carbs. But I've never heard of this inside the body. I don't know why, but this is what they're telling me. You're on your fourth antibiotic. They're not working. So why aren't they working? Why aren't these antibiotics working? I would really look at things. Also, I would look at things like they're calling what onions. Why onions? I don't know. Look up whatever onions do. I know that some of these things are anti-bacterial.
Inflammatory. Yeah.
You know? So like garlic, onion, there's different things, but okay, so you're asking why is it happening? A prior life, Akashic records. I think you had an injury there in a prior life. I think you had an injury there in a prior life. For sure. This is an area of your body that has been impacted through multiple lives. Uterine. So I would also look up Louise Hay.
Yeah.
And she has a book, I think, called You Can Heal Your Life, right, Allie?
Yes.
And Louise Hay, who's the founder of Hay House. Everybody should know who Louise Hay is. You guys should look her Wikipedia up. It will blow your mind what this woman came from and what this woman did. It will blow your mind. But she had a whole book on different parts of your body and what it means. What is the energetic meaning? But you have several things going on. Uterine, constantly through your life, the energetic meaning of uterine, and then your body chemistry is out of whack.
Harry's mom I would have said this right away. Antibiotics do cause yeast infections. Every time I'm on them, I have a yeast infection. They clear out they take away all the good and bad yeast.
Oh.
So that might be
Holy smokes. Okay, so yeah, it's something about yeast. Yeah, and read these comments in the chat. Some really good comments in the chat too.
Like paleo diet, things like that. But yes, your gut does control everything pretty much. And I wouldn't be here if I hadn't had probiotics. I take them twice a day, and they help my gut health a lot.
Probiotics, okay.
Yes.
And then on top of that, they don't want you to forget there's certain vegetables that have antibacterial properties.
Okay.
And they're talking about onions. I almost want to Google it right now. I don't know, guys. This is what they're telling me.
They're telling her that you might check it anyway. Yeah. Because I don't think
double check everything we tell you.
Yeah. This is just us making
Yeah, we're not.
Yep.
But there seems to be something there.
Yep. I love my probiotics. I really do. I swear by them. Yeah.
Is there any particular brand or thing that you use?
Not really, but you can take billions of what do you call it? It's not just in the millions, but you can take like 10 billion. And so I take it after every meal, or right before, or right after every meal. It just helps you. And some other things that I've tried, but she has it in her body, not just in her uterine area. But you can take regular yogurt, and if you put a towel down and insert it or whatever, that's just as helpful. Or eat yogurt as well. But I'm not a doctor or a nurse. I'm just Yep. Okay.
Interesting.
Good luck to you, dear. We certainly wish you well. Okay. All right.
For sure. We're sending you good energy and Reiki. Why not get some Reiki? That might help as well, honestly.
And no sugar, Pamela says. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good idea.
Sugar is bad for us.
Yes.
Okay. Catherine.
Okay. Catherine Chittick. One of her bathroom doors keeps opening and closing. She wonders if that's her late father. Oh, I didn't even notice this was a medium question. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
All right.
I heard yes. But there's some other people in there too, because bathroom door, room door, not bathroom cabinet door, bathroom door. Okay, bathroom door.
Mm-hmm.
Is something happening to your bathroom cabinet doors? Okay, so I feel like your dad is involved. Absolutely, Catherine. I feel like he's involved. He's quite busy, that man. He's a busy guy. He gets around. Let me tell you that. He gets around. Like, I think he's telling me he doesn't need to sleep over there. He doesn't have to waste time sleeping. So he's busy.
Yeah.
Busy. My gosh. Your cat opens the cabinet drawers. Okay. Somebody was telling me about the cabinet drawers opening. And when I refocused on the question, I saw that it's the bathroom door. And that's when I saw your dad. Okay. So,
oh, that's funny.
Isn't your dad busy? Like, didn't he like putter? You know what I mean when I say putter? Like, kind of have a little something going on. Little projects.
Can't keep him down.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you, he's like, no need to sleep now. I can go 24/7. He's also talking about children. Does somebody have grandchildren? Or children? He's talking about visiting them, I feel like. He's really funny. He's not even talking to me. It's almost like he's saying, oh, don't mind me. And he's over here doing something. Like, oh, don't mind me. I'm just going to be, what are you doing?
Said he can do two things at once.
And he's like, oh, I'm just fixing this or doing this or something. Supreme putter or baseball stats, music collections. Yeah. Right. And not opposed to like doing a little project. Like this hinge is a little bit loose. So I'm fixing this hinge. I think he's talking about the hinge to your bathroom door. It doesn't line up, or it's something about it that he doesn't mean to bother you. He's like, don't mind me. I'm just fixing the door. It's got squeakers, or it's got something wrong with it.
That's so funny. I love that.
4 grandchildren and 1 great grandchild. I think he's talking about a great grandchild. So I see a smaller child, like under
a child. 6. Yeah. Wow.
He's the one who's funny. He is funny because he's like, what? Don't mind me. I'm like, but what are you doing? I'm just fixing this. Okay. You just look at him and you go, okay, and you just leave, He's
sending you some inspiration. Maybe you should start puttering as well. I don't know.
Inspiration to get things done.
Don't forget, I used to do all that stuff, and now it's your turn because I'm over here. I can only do what I can do here. Yep, there you go.
He's cute. He's a good guy.
Okay, this is next to the last one here. Nita Fonte, unhappy with secretary job at the school, wants to find a new school either by Christmas or Valentine's Day. Not sure if I should do payroll or registration secretary.
I'm being drawn towards registration secretary. I know you have skills in payroll, and I know that you like numbers. Like I see a register. I'm actually seeing a paper register, but I know it's online now. But I think that you understand numbers. I think you feel like that would be less stress for you, right? Back to that people thing. Like, I'm just going to be in here looking at these numbers. Nobody's going to bother me. Nobody's going to talk to me. I'm going to get stuff done. I'm going to be calm and I'm going to be sane. Whereas registering kids is like talking to people and interacting with people. So I know you're leaning towards the payroll, but I honestly don't feel like that's a good fit for you. I don't know why. It doesn't feel.
Like you said, it might be too soul task. You're just sitting there doing numbers all day. Yeah.
It might be too locked up in a room.
Yeah.
And you know what else it is too? The people, your boss, the people in charge of the payroll, they're disorganized. They're going to be like, oh, wait, we got to add this thing. I forgot to tell you. Can you add it really quick? And you're like, no. You know what I mean? I just did all this work. No, but you're going to have to. So you're going to have to redo all your work to add this thing because blah, 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 blah. And that is going to drive you crazy.
Okay.
So I think that's what they're talking about.
I have, show gratitude for whatever you do get. But I agree with Susan. I can see you being more out there and enjoying, and you're sort of your own boss. You're in charge of the registration, whereas you're being maybe even hovered over in that payroll office. I don't know.
Yeah. There seems to be some weird. If it was a different school or a different place, maybe that would be good for you because I think numbers are your thing. But it seems like that place feels like that wouldn't be the right.
Okay, one more. She did ask this on the mediums the other day, and they weren't able to find the hearing aids. So she's asking one more time, I guess. The ladies had her looking under the mattress and so on and so forth the other night. And you're welcome, Wildflower.
I can understand the mattress. I can understand where they got the mattress. Because I got that a little bit too, but I feel like it's more in his there. What is taupe or camel color or light brown? Is there a couch that's that color? Is there a shirt that's that? It could be medium brown. But I'm picking up brown. I don't know if he had a shirt on. Did he took the shirt off? Or there's a I'm also seeing corduroy. So I don't know if there's like a corduroy couch or corduroy chair. I feel like it's a chair. I get what they were talking about with the mattress because it feels like it might be down inside of something.
Okay.
Liz is getting pockets. I could go with that flannel shirt pocket. I could go with that. It's in between something or in something. So clothes, but also chair. Like look in the chairs. Could it be in a car? Hold on, you guys. This is where you get your pendulum out.
Yeah,
you do that.
So I think it's sort of an invisible thing. It's hard to see it. It's like small, and that might be part of it.
Is it so? A question would be: is it in the house? Yes or no? So and you can kind of start. Is it in the house? Yes or no? I just got no. So let's see if it's in the car. Is it lost inside the car? Now, when I said house, it could be somebody else's house, right? You guys visited somebody else's house?
Harry's mom said she sees it near the sofa or chair where he sits, under the cushion or on the side of it, or even under the chair near the leg.
Right.
But somebody you said it wasn't in the house, so I don't know.
Well, I could be wrong. I think it's in somebody else's house. I think you visited somebody else's house.
Okay.
And so what you would be looking for, yeah, Saint Anthony really does help.
Really does. Yeah. Yep.
And I have this, my friend's mother says, Tony, something can't be found. Tony, please come around.
St. Anthony.
And I swear to God, y'all, between an hour and a half later, I find it. But I feel like it might be in somebody else's house.
Yeah.
Look in that chair that they were talking. Everybody sees a chair. We were kind of in agreement about a chair. But I think it could be in somebody else's house, not your house. Or a room, like if he has a garage that he sits in, like it's a man cave in the garage. That would be a place to look.
Yep. St. Anthony, please come around. What once was lost must now be found. Yep. I see something big, black, and square. Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you for all your questions. Thank you for your back and forth and helping us in the chat. We love you so much. Susan will not be here next week because she'll be in NOLA. And so Jean Alabri and Terry Suzuki are coming in to pick up the slack for me. And otherwise, we'll be back. There is a message for the 12th for them. And the 19th, Susan will be back just in time to do some Christmas stuff. Because we'll be close. I know. Yes.
And we'll be broadcasting from New Orleans. So check us out.
I know. Everybody, please do that. Yes. Thank you, everybody. We love you. Have a great week ahead. And thank you for the love. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
everybody.
Bye-bye.